Hey everybody, how's it going today? You're not going to do Monster Strike Japan. Yes, I promised you guys just a journey through my last trip. Let me preface this video saying that it's gonna be mostly food. I love food. The reason I travel is for food. And of course Hinatazaka. Uh, oh, also Saito Kyoko in particular. The current trip I'm on is for Kyoko's birthday event, which I won. I also was able to win tickets for Hinatazaka's tour, which is in Sendai, which is about an hour and a half north of Tokyo by bullet train. So that's going to be exciting too. Um, uh, and I also signed up for a mahjong event featuring my favorite pro, Oi Takaharu. So it's going to be cool to see him again in person. Um, so I got a lot of cool, fun events planned while I'm out there. But what's the most fun for me is just enjoying all this lovely food. And if there's anything that I can do for people, is to just introduce them to what I enjoyed. And if you like it, give it a shot in person when you get the chance. Now, I will put a link to my Instagram in the comments below. It is my personal one. And you can, I geolocate all of my food locations on my Insta photos. So if you want to go to the place that you see there, you can click the link to the store, and I try my best to make sure it is exactly this. Sometimes it's not on there and I have to fudge a little bit on there, and if I do, I usually have a comment on or in the description where it actually is, so you can enjoy that way. And I might break this up into a few videos if this gets too long. So keep that in mind if you see just sudden cuts, because I don't want to make these too long. I don't think anybody wants to sit here and listen to me talk for you know, an hour, which I hope. I don't know. We'll see. The trip started amazingly because my seat had a broken tray. I could not get a tray out, and it was just, I literally, the cabin was a flight attendants. They gave me, the black container that they have for their drinks. Told me, flipped it over, gave it to me so that I could put food on my lap so that I could eat. Man, what a way to start the trip, right? The food was terrible too. Like, I have a photo here. I don't even know what this was. I guess I finished everything, so it must have not been that bad. But look at this. Look at that. That is steak curry, and this place Fukute, Gyurakucho. 100% recommend. This was so good. I mean, maybe it's just because I was tired, but no, I don't think so. This was legitimately really good. So highly recommend. Go try it out. It's a little store. It's kind of like hidden in a little like alleyway. Not an alleyway, but just it's a side street with a bunch of stores along the side. Those places, hidden gems, right? Go to those kind of places. Amazing. And this was like double volume of steak for the regular price. We're giving you double steaks, and it's just really good. I don't even remember how long ago this was. Right? March 27th. I still remember how good that steak curry was. So try it out. Yurakcho. So that was cool. And of course dessert. Got a nice cookies and cream, and it had this like chocolate shell on top of it, and under that was just like a berry filling right under that. Ah, so good. And then the hotel we were staying at was giving free late night soba or ramen. It was late night ramen. And there's like a drink bar and everything. It's like late night too. It's like after 7 p.m. to like 11 p.m. They were just giving people ramen at the hotel. Yeah, so good. It's Dormy Inn we stayed at. Pretty nice. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, 9:30 to 11. Yeah. Yeah, Dormian. That's right. Pretty nice. Breakfast was super cool too, and of course I was with my family here, so I was um, stepping it up a notch to make sure I could make sure my family was enjoying it. Of course, I'm treating my family here on this trip, so look at that. You got fried shrimp, croquette, sausages, some nice. I mean, the rice was amazing. There's yogurt, ham, macaroni. I think that was like a pumpkin soup too. My God, that was so good for a breakfast. And that one, like in that gold box there, was just a full thing of like sashimi. I think it was just like sushi grade. I think you can see it from like whatever my mom had on the other side, right? Like ikura there. I don't know why I didn't take a picture of the box open. But man, this was so good. Ugh. By the way, it's like 3 a.m. here, so I'm getting so hungry looking at this again. Omelet, cooked fresh for you too. Oh, so good. And then, oh, we met up with my uncle. Yeah, my uncle. He's around in Japan still, and you know, my dad hasn't seen him in a while, so that was a nice little reunion that they had. So, hitsumabushi, um, grilled eel, and basically you eat it in 3 stages. First, you got the rice, you got the eel, you got that sauce. Great as it is. Next step, you put some. Sorry. Still trying to get over the sudden coughs. I feel perfect otherwise, so it's very annoying. But after that, then you start sprinkling some what they call yakumi, right? Like it could be green onions, just a lot of little things that you top on the eel rice concoction there, and just changes the flavor, right? Just gives an extra accent. And then the third step is to pour tea into that, right? And so now you've got this just, I don't know what's the right way to, it's just you got that herbalness of the tea with that, strong unagi sauce flavor, and kind of like mixes together for something that's just amazing. Now personally, I actually just like straight up unagi sauce rice. That's my favorite. But this was pretty darn amazing. And this isn't like the top floor of a mall, and you'll find that a lot in Japan, that you'll get some nice places in malls, shopping centers. They're very serious about making sure that their food can be solid. They're not always the best, but some of them, they're top tier stuff. That was pretty awesome. What is this? Oh, yeah, we got some nice udon, and yeah, the udon here, right? You can see how thin they are. That was a unique experience. And this was actually a place we went to before, long time ago, and it was still around. And they're like, oh, let's go here again. And I think it was the first time for my parents, but I think me and my brother went to this place, and we loved it a lot. Right? I think I got the miso based soup, and my brother got it's like Thai curry flavored udon, and that was pretty awesome. And like, oh, I remember this cream cheese had iburigakko, which is like a local like pickled daikon. I might be something else a little bit tweaked on that, but that with the cream cheese on those crackers, oh, it just all flashed back to me right now about how good that was. Yeah. And then because I'm with my parents, they actually, I don't know about you guys, they do something called breakfast. It's kind of foreign to me. I haven't had that on my own accord for quite a while. But we have to actually go find some breakfast places, and this is like, it's like a breakfast labo or something, and they're just like have these little things here and there that you can pick up and eat. So you got this cool little looking like like the plate they give you is just divided into 9 smaller sections, and you just take the little plates, eat a little bit at a time. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was super fancy. Clearly, I only took one picture. So they had fresh soba, I think, that they made. That wasn't too bad, but it wasn't really super exciting, unfortunately. But this tonkatsu place, like we had to go down a spiral case of stairs, wait in this, you know, musky, dark, you know, I don't know, tunnely kind of thing. It had some like karaoke or like snack bars around it too, but like at the end of it was this tonkatsu place. Not too many seats. I think probably 12 at most. And honestly, because we didn't want to wait too long, we actually separated. Me and my brother sat on one side of the building. There's just 2 and 2 separated. My mom and dad sat on the other side of the restaurant where they just where they ate on their own. My god, this was katsu in 2 different forms. I think it was like 2 different types of pigs they used to make that tonkatsu, and I couldn't believe it. It actually did taste different. Like the juiciness, the softness was actually noticeable between the 2. And yeah, that was amazing. And the soup here, tonjiru. It's not miso soup. It's pork. It's pork soup, I guess. Right? So much powerful. You get some nice, cuts of carrots in there. It was so good. Yeah. And honestly, like, when we got there, the line got longer and longer. People were like lining up behind us. And it's almost all the way out, to the top floor where we came in, and it was raining that day too. So, at least it was nice that we were inside. We didn't have to wait outside for that. It was a pretty decent wait, but this place feels worth it for sure. And then I treated my parents to a sushi place. Really nice. Bunch of small dishes, sashimi, uni, tempura. Yeah, this is a tempura / sushi place. So we got pretty nice combination of really quality sushi. Unfortunately, the room I got, they were just like, it was off to the side, so we really didn't get to see the chef cook the tempura in front of us. We were in this private room, which I guess was fine, but a little disappointing too. But the food was great. You got fish here. You got tempura fish. No, was it? Maybe this was potato. Sorry, it's been a while. Quality sushi. I wouldn't say like super high tier like I've had before, but it was still pretty darn fresh and good. Tontaku, right? Torotaku, tuna and the pickled daikon, right? Red miso soup, and then some dessert here, and green tea at the end. And yeah, that I wouldn't say it lived up to the expectations for the price we paid. It was all right. I wasn't unsatisfied, but I would have loved a little more oomph from that. And of course, this was a little bit too much for my parents. Just the amount of food that they ended up getting was a little overwhelming. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to treat them to something nice, but that's maybe a little too much. And then we decided, we had decided that we were going to travel to the west coast of Japan. That's something we haven't done in quite a while. We did have when we were little, we went to like Osaka and Kyoto. There are some memories here and there about that. But we hadn't done that in a long time. So we wanted to do another trip out there. And of course, when you take a trip out there, Shinkansen, the bullet train, is the way to go. And when you do that, you gotta get the bentos and eat on the train. And I got a Coke. I got this beef kalbi bento, and you would think it's not hot, right? It's a cold bento, but somehow they make this taste so good that even though it's not like piping hot, it is so delicious. So kalbi and suki niju, yeah. Yeah. And we went out to the ferry. We ended up hitting Miyajima, which we saw a bunch of deer on there, and you've probably seen this photo, right? Like where you see that, like the torii here, the shrine, just half submerged in water, and we're actually at the point where it was receding. So it was, and when it recedes, it's actually um, you can approach it right under the shrine, thing here. So shrine. What's the right translation for tori? I don't even remember. But it's pretty cool. And yeah, here's another photo, and you can see that it started to, recess enough that people were starting to get up close to it. Everybody in the family was happy to not go up there directly. We didn't want to get our shoes muddy and deal with that afterwards, because we still had a lot of excursion planned here. So we were good at taking the photo from afar. We did go and go to the temple. There was a long line, but went around the temple, walked on the inside, just took in the atmosphere there, which was pretty cool. But then right, we are in Hiroshima, right? This is Hiroshima, to see that. And one famous thing from Hiroshima is oysters, and this is a tanindon, which oyakodon, if you don't know, literally means parent son, father son bowl, which may be a little grotesque because it is chicken and egg in the same dish, so that's why it's called oyakodon, parent child. Yeah. But when you change out the chicken for something else, they call it a tanindon, and tanin is stranger. And we have an egg and we have oysters. They don't really have a relationship, so tanin, which is pretty funny. But this was pretty awesome. We did also get. Do I have a photo of that? Oh yeah, we did get raw oysters as well. And this is a terrible picture. I'm sorry. Sometimes it doesn't work out. But yeah, so we got the raw, we got the cooked. It was just a great combination. Just eat it up so nicely. Everybody had. I think my mom got some soba too, with oysters. So yeah, this is like it's this little shack on Miyajima, but it had pretty high ratings, and we didn't have to wait too long. So that was a nice bonus for sure. So that was pretty cool. Oh, and then yes, we were walking around, and apparently they had a curry pan there, right? Which won this golden award. Now, there's jokes everywhere that anybody can get a golden award. Like somebody will sign up for something, and then, hey, you won a golden award for whatever. So they say it doesn't mean anything, but this curry pan was really good. Highly recommend you give that a shot. It was super tasty. And of course, when we were there, we got to see the plum flowers and the sakura flowers there. Looks beautiful. We hit up the was it the Genpaku Dome, right? There's a structure in Hiroshima that when the bomb hit was kind of, I don't know, sheared off, but the structure was mostly intact, and just kind of like a chilling reminder of the destruction that was there, but still this living building still still in existence. And lots of just memorial shrines everywhere. This one is dedicated to the kids who perished, and you see in the back there's just endless origami cranes in the back, and just filled in that. And of course the shrine, just a memorial to to the dead. And actually, this is a pretty cool thing. If you are standing where that lady is standing right there, you are actually able to see that dome, right? We saw earlier. It just lines up perfectly inside that arch as well. So a little bit of a touching scene there, which was cool to see. And I don't know, I guess I thought the fountain looked nice, so I took a picture of that. And then we decided to get some okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki, if you don't know what that is, it is just Okonomi, it's like things you like. Yaki is to grill it, so you just put things that you like, and then you got this nice savory pancake. Um, Usually has a lot of lettuce, cabbage, sorry, in there. And then for Hiroshima, they usually have some soba in there, yakisoba, into that okonomiyaki. And sometimes they use udon instead too, but either way, it's good. But also, they're famous for lemons, and so this gyoza is infused with lemons. Not just that slice you see in there, but the actual insides of it just give you a punch of lemon, which was so unique. And I wish there was more than four. Um, but yeah, here's my okonomiyaki, and God, it's so good. And that metal plate is piping hot. Unfortunately, my mom accidentally, you know, rested her, arm on, one of the hot plates and slightly burned her, which was unfortunate. But I always appreciate having piping hot food um, in front of me, and this is just so good. Um, and then, oh yeah, we had some extra curry pan at the end, so we ate that at the hotel room too, which we couldn't resist. But and so then we finished up the Hiroshima part and went over to Hakata, Fukuoka. And if you go to Fukuoka, you gotta get mentaiko, cod pollock, I think is the English name, but it's just I don't know, it is fish roe. So maybe if you're not used to that, maybe you'll be a little apprehensive, but it is so it's a little bit spicy. You've got that togarashi spice flavor in there, and this is literally just the mentaiko, nori, and rice. That's all that's here, right? And I guess they have the little strands of pepper, but this by itself, it's just amazing, right? Like you get that slight saltiness from the nori, and then just the full cured mentaiko there in the middle. It's just so good, and just for something for this to be so simple and just packed with power is ah highly recommend. If you are in Fukuoka, make sure you go grab some of that. Went to another shrine. There's a lot of like the pool was cool. Had a cool looking bird there sitting, right? Like I don't know, something about that bird looked really awesome, so I took a picture of that. But yeah, was it Dazaifu, right? Dazaifu Mangu, right? So one of the like top, like if you're talking about Japanese mythical lore, yeah, something with their gods. Like this is like a top level area. So, right, unfortunately, like they were doing like reconstruction, I think, on like the back area. So, can't really actually close up on random strangers. Sorry, but yeah, that was pretty cool. And then we went to get some tempura as a family too. And this is like kind of like fast food tempura. Like you can see here, right? Like you buy the tickets, and then they're just, and this is a huge area, and you just have people like hi, and then passing out the tempura you ordered. It also had this like what was it ika kara karaika? No, it's just like kind of like it's like a classic izakaya thing with squid here. I don't know. I didn't like it that much. It is definitely a little bit on the slimy raw side, but it's a unique thing. I love kabocha, so I made sure to have that in my order. And this one, they were like pushing this Shawesan sausage tempura. So sure, if you're pushing it that hard, I don't know. It was what you would think it would taste like. um, Eggplant, I don't usually like the eggplant that much, but even that was great in the tempura form. Got some shishito peppers, and then got more shrimp. I definitely went on the shrimp overload there. And then, of course, another famous thing in Hakata is their motsunabe. Motsunabe, of course, is intestines. I think this is beef intestines here. And hopefully that doesn't scare you off. It is actually pretty darn tasty. It has a nice um, cartilaginess to it, and you got a nice bite that you need to enjoy it, but it's just also giving off this nice miso flavor. It's that soup base is just all miso, and you've got all the leek on there on top. Leek? Nira, whatever nira is in English. Um, just a really awesome combination of flavors, right? It's meaty, and that sweetness from the miso too is just so good. And I think we got like buri daikon too as a side, and here's it just like after a few minutes of everything cooking together. That's so good. And then some sweets here, right? This it looks like an omurice, but it's actually a crepe, so it's just a sweet um, strawberry sauce instead of ketchup. I thought that was nice. And then breakfast, we just found something. This is in Beppu now, I think, right? So we just found a nice, place to get like toast, ham, egg, some boiled egg, right, on the side. So that was cool. And yeah, I don't know. This was pretty rough. There was like a active, was it active volcano or something that was like just spewing stuff out. You could take a bus up there, but like the scheduling of going up there was insane. Like we waited so long to get on the bus to go up, and then waited even longer to get back down. Oh, it's just such a tiring waste of time. And we ended up getting food, and this curry was subpar. It's in the station. We were just all hungry. We needed something after all that unnecessary waiting, and I wanted curry, but yeah, no, that was a miss. I think whatever my dad ordered was really good, and we were jealous that he got the win there. But yeah, but this hotel place, yeah, I wanted to make sure that we were enjoying ourselves in that vacation, and we got this like mini suite. I caught it at a decent sale, and it had two like living areas which looked pretty nice. We didn't even use this area at all, right? We were just all tired. Some the sleeping areas, everybody had like their own bed area, and here's the bathroom. You walk around the corner, huh, huh, right? Go in there, and then you have your own onsen, private onsen here, that you could enjoy, which felt really nice. It was really awesome. So Nekodaki here in the Sozankyo. Um, yeah, that was pretty good. And then the dinner, right? Now sometimes they'll have when you're at these ryokans, right? Like they'll bring the food to you in your room, or they just tell you to go into like this common not common dining area, but there's specific rooms so that you can eat in separate out there. And so it was one of those styles. So we moved downstairs, got some food, and boy, man, that was really good, right? Right, this is the appetizer. There's like 9 small dishes. You got like tofu. You got that shiokara. I think it's shiokara, right? Like the squid based thing. Like some kind of like shellfish there. Some yuba. This is like some mini squids, like actual like those squids are like super tiny. And hotaruika, I think it was. Roast beef, shrimp, and they tried their best to make it in English, right? Like yeah, so chef random sesson appetizer, not bad. Yeah, but that was pretty cool to see. Chawan Mushi loved that. This is just more sashimi, great. Osuzushi, right? It's just like it's a little bit more on the vinegary side, and then like they press it down so everything is compressed, which is always interesting. This like it's just a grilled fish, right? But that flavor was so good. And then we got some shabu shabu too. Some dessert with like fruit and a matcha pudding. And so yeah, that dinner was now unfortunately at this point is where I was at the peak of being sick. Like my throat was like on fire. It was just so sad that I couldn't enjoy all this beautiful looking food, and I still could taste it, right? But I was not enjoying it to the most I could, right? Because it was just half pain while I was eating all of it. It's just so disappointing. I was so sad to have to deal with that then. Um, breakfast, apple juice, fruit, yogurt, great. Got some tofu, just a nice way to start out light. Grilled salmon, mentaiko, of course, you can't miss that. Some umeboshi, um, just really good, like small dishes to start your day here. A salad, some soup, and I thought there's this cute little dog at the station. So we finally said bye bye to Aso, and then just got some more cuts. I don't know why I got this when my like throat was on fire. Um, I just couldn't figure out what I wanted, so I just like, oh, this double katsu thing looks good. Like, dummy, what are you doing? And you know, so from Aso we went to Beppu, and now that this video is hitting the 30-minute mark, let's cut it here, and I will continue on part 2 of this video. So if you like what you saw, do consider hitting the like button. You should see a video in the next day or so for this, and tune in then. So again, if you are interested in these places I went to, I should have the link to my Instagram on the description below, so go ahead and click on there and search it out and see if that's something you want to go to. So until next time, watch for part 2 of this video. Bye bye.